Hi everyone, and welcome to another short episode from theaterteacher.org, focusing on bringing educators and parents tools from the theater classroom that can be used in any classroom, with any lesson, and in any home. We're helping you discover the power of theater. My name is Tara Lynn Ryder, and today we are focusing on the game Boppity Bop Bop Bop. This is a very common theater game. I learned it years ago from a fellow actor and director by the name of Bill Murray. Not that Bill Murray. No, a cooler one, if you will. He is still a practicing actor as well as a practicing lawyer. Wowzers. Now, the aim of Boppity Bop 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 is focus and listening. But once you learn the basics of this game, you can use it in any lesson you teach moving forward. And this is the type of game that gets information to stick in kids' heads because they use their entire body. Age range is about 7 to 18. Materials needed is a relatively open space. Time limit on this game is about 20 minutes, and you're going to want to have at least 5 or more students, and you certainly don't want to go above 20 students. I did it with 50 one time, and I was exhausted. I use Boppity Bop 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 for just about every lesson that I'm teaching. I use it for science, math, social studies, history, ELA, any lesson where the students need to learn vocab and get concepts quickly. I use Boppity Bop Bop Bop. Now, the rules to Boppity Bop 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 are really simple. I point to you and I say bop, you say nothing, you just stand there. I point to you and I say Boppity Bop Bop Bop, you say bop before I finish. So you interrupt me with the word bop, which can sometimes be really fun for kids because usually we adults are telling them don't interrupt us, but this is a game that encourages interruption. So you play that round. You've got them focused, you've got them listening, and then you level up. And that's when the magic of this game actually happens, because that's when you start using the vocabulary of any lesson that you are teaching. So let's talk about leveling up in Boppity Bop Bop Bop, because this is really where the gold is in this game. This is where you're going to push those vocab words and the concepts that you really want those students to get. So I'm going to use Revolutionary War as my example. The lead up to the Revolutionary War, this is a lesson that I would use with third graders. Really quick history, if you don't know, lead up to the Revolutionary War, the British government was taxing the colonists without their permission, right? No taxation without representation. There was the Tea Act, the Stamp Act, and those things. So we want to talk about the characters of the time. We want to talk about who the British were, right? So you have the British. So the British were telling them what to do. They were ordering them to pay taxes and those things. The colonists were protesting it, and then there were the loyalists, and the loyalists were the colonists who were on the British side. So when I talk about that, and then I go into the next rules of the game. With the next rules of the game, I point to you and I say British, and the person I point to and the two people on the side have to say, do what I say, right? And then we would move into the patriots or the colonists, whatever term you want to use. And I point to you and I would say colonists, and the person I point to and the two people on the side would say, I protest. And then the third would be the loyalist. I point to you and I say loyalist. The person I point to and the two people on the side are going to say, go British, right? So notice I've got 3 different body movements that I'm using. Do what I say, I protest, and go British. You really want those body choices that you use to be very distinct for the students to grab onto really easily. So you go through it like that. Now what's also great about this moment is then you're teaching them working together and working in teams no matter who they've been assigned, because it's the person that they point to and the two people on the side. And if one of those people don't do it, all 3 of them are out. So once you go through that, you warm them up with the concepts, then you start it. And you're going to be saying not only British, patriots, and loyalists, but you're also going to be pointing them and saying bop or boppity bop bop bop. So that's 5 things that they're going to have to remember to do, 5 things that they're going to have to listen and they're going to have to focus on, and they have to pay attention to the people beside them and what they're doing and what you're doing. So there's a lot of great things that they're learning here with their focusing, listening, paying attention, and working together as a team. So let's see it in action. This is from a class here in Charleston, a 3rd grade class that we worked with a couple of years ago. Boppity bop bop bop, boppity bop 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 bop. British.
British. 1, 2, 3. Boppity bop bop bop. Oh, the delay.